Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Hajizah. I am a doctoral student at Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, and I am a lecturer at Universitas Negeri Jakarta. I would like to present my article entitled Validity Analysis of Realistic Learning Design based on the Didactical Tetrahedron Model. Background and purpose. Students had difficulties in learning mathematics, including solving problems about functions. The concept of function has become one of the basic ideas in modern mathematics that underlies almost all disciplines, but it proves to be one of the most difficult concepts to master in learning mathematics. The difficulties need to be overcome by improving the quality of learning process. The success of learning is closely related to the design of the learning materials being developed. Today, the potential use of technology in improving the quality of mathematics learning has been widely recognized. In the process of learning mathematics, interactions can occur between the four components of the didactical tetrahedron model, namely teacher, learner, content, and technology. The effectiveness of the use of technology in learning is influenced by three main factors. They are the design of learning content. The second is the teacher's role in learning content. And the third is the use of the educational context used in learning content. The realistic mathematics education approach can accommodate those factors. To achieve learning objectives, the quality of the learning design needs to be considered. One of the criteria for quality learning design is to have high validity. The purpose of the study is to determine the validity aspects of the developed realistic learning design based on the didactical tetrahedron model. Next, method. This report is a part of the design research study conducted using Plum's model that consists of three phases. The first is preliminary research. The second is development or prototyping phase, and the third is assessment phase. Validity analysis is at the development or prototyping phase. The study was conducted in Jakarta from January to April 2021. Validity assessment of the learning design was carried out by 5 doctorates in mathematics education as experts who are experienced in their fields. The data in this study consists of qualitative and quantitative data. The quantitative data were obtained from the result of the assessment sheet filled in by experts, while qualitative data were obtained from the form of advice and input provided by experts. Before evaluating the validity of the learning design, first the validity of the instrument used is tested. Valid instruments are used to assess the validity of the learning design. The questionnaire that had been filled in by the expert was then analyzed to determine the validity of the learning design developed. Statistical test of Key-Cochrane was used to differentiate the consistency of the validation result. Next, result and discussion. The first is result of lesson plan validity. The table shows the result of test the uniformity of the lesson plan validity. The result of Cochrane statistical test in the table shows that the value of asymptotic significance is equal to 0.878, which is greater than alpha. Thus, H0 is accepted, so it can be concluded that all evaluators had given uniform consideration to the lesson plan validity. The comments had given by evaluators were generally good, and the lesson plan could be used. However, it needed improvements, including learning objectives, must include the desired degree and apperception. A part of reminding the previous topic also need to be reminded of other topics that support the topic to be studied. Second is the result of teaching material validity. The table shows the result of test the uniformity of the teaching material validity. The result of Cochrane statistical test in the table shows that the value of asymptotic significance is equal to 0.427, which is greater than alpha. Thus H0 is accepted, so it can be concluded that all evaluators had given uniform consideration to the teaching material validity. And the inputs from evaluators on the teaching material developed were as follows. First, the benefits of learning about function need to be described. And the second, the suitability of teaching material with the characteristic of realistic approach needs to be shown. The third is a result of student worksheet validity. The table shows the result of test the uniformity of the student worksheet validity. The result of Cochrane statistical test in the table shows that the value of asymptotic significance is equal to 0.520, which is greater than alpha. Thus H0 is accepted. So it can be concluded that all evaluators had given uniform consideration to the student worksheet validity. There are several improvements that needed to be conducted, including the following. First, it is better to use the natural context for every case of problem. The second, a column of conclusions of reflections must be provided. And third, some questions need to be separated because the steps are not single. And the conclusion are, in this study, learning design of function which consists of lesson plan, teaching material, and student worksheet were developed based on realistic mathematics education theory and didactical tetrahedron model. Validity assessment of the learning design was carried out by experts who are experienced in their fields. The validity of the learning design, including phase validity and content validity, were invalid criterion. It means that the realistic learning design based on didactical tetrahedron model is suitable for use in limited scope of mathematics learning. Okay, thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.